welcome to the last song of the album of Melodies of Life. So I have talked about 4 different songs with you in all the previous videos, 2 of them being piano solo music and the other 2 being string quartet music. And our 5th and final song of the album is also a string quartet composition performed by the Amethyst String Quartet called Hope.
Regarding the song Hope, the first time we sat down as a quartet to rehearse it at Wani's apartment, I just felt like this is such a simple but beautiful piece. So it starts with semiquaver figures in the violins, and the figures continue throughout the whole first section of the piece, and with a very simple but beautiful melody soaring on top of it. And I just felt it's almost like depicting how time or life just flows on, and we can always choose to just soar above it no matter what comes, just like how hope is for everyone. If you have hope, no matter what kind of situation we're going through, no matter how turbulent it seems, we can always soar above it, just like that beautiful simple melody that the violin is playing. So I hope that you guys would really enjoy this song, this piece, Hope.
When I was writing Hope, I think I have Antonin Dvorak and Claude Debussy in my head. I always look at Dvorak as this genius composer that can always come up with the simplest but most emotional melodies. Mainly because I think he used really expressive harmony as well. And then when it comes to Debussy, I have some Impressionism art style music influence in this composition. I won't say that it is a completely impressionistic style. It's more like just the influence of it. Somewhere around in the middle of the music, where there's not really a chord progression, but all of the instruments are just playing like a perfect fourth part. So it's just creating that illusion of it being in impressionistic style, just to create that surreal atmospheric fantasy-like texture. The idea behind Hope is kind of like a sequel to Colors of Life. When I wrote Colors of Life, I was still young, still in my probably early mid-20s. And then I felt like from the moment I experienced the story behind Colors of Life, I have matured so much more. I have learned so much more about life. I have gone through even more up and down in life, but I have a completely different perspective about life. And I feel like Hope is probably the mature side of that journey. So it's kind of like reflects to how I acknowledge that there are a lot of difficulties in life, and I acknowledge that life is not always easy, but at the same time, there's always hope. And I think that applies not only to me, but to everyone. Especially this year, in 2020, I think more than anything, people need hope in their life. This is definitely the youngest composition in the album. I wrote it this year. Originally, I wrote this for a recital that the Amethyst String Quartet is supposed to perform back in June. But because of the pandemic and because of the lockdown, we couldn't perform it. We still are hoping that one day we will still get to go on with that recital. Maybe if not this year, hopefully next year. We have to see how things are. But I decided after I wrote it, I'm not just going to not play it, and I'm going to include it in this album instead, because it will be a good continuation from the Colors of Life, and it's good to have both of those music in this album. I hope you can feel the hopeness and the hopefulness of this particular music called Hope, and I really do hope that you enjoy it. If you haven't watched the previous videos of me talking about Round and Round, Germain, Colors of Life, A Lover's Waltz, which is 4 other music in the album, then please do check them out. Then at least you will understand the stories behind them. And tomorrow, which is Friday, 24th of July, is the release of the album album, and I'm so excited to share the music with you. Thank you so much for watching.